What are rules? I mean, it sounds like a simple question, right? Rules are what define us. Rules are what keep our vast and ever-growing society from falling into disarray. We all follow the rules, whether that be consciously or subconsciously. I mean, I'm even following the rules right now. I'm speaking to you based off of a script I was required to write for this very project.
So, what are rules? Really, what are they and why do they matter? If we're being honest with ourselves, sometimes they don't.
I mean, people break rules all the time, and there aren't always necessarily consequences. Sometimes even the best people have to break the rules from time to time in order to bring about change. Sometimes even the best people have to break the rules from time to time in order to bring about change. If you think about it, no large change has ever been made in the world today without people defining pre-existing ideas. It's all about compromise.
This compromise is required for any society to function properly. A compromise requires that rules are not biased to one particular group and that they benefit the general public. These basics show what a good rule should be. They show that it's possible to have order while at the same time allowing people to live as individuals and equals.
Rules are put into place with the intention of guiding us towards the good, but sometimes they don't always have the intended effect. In situations such as this, it may seem like you're going against the status quo, but in reality, that might be exactly what is needed in order to bring about a positive change. Sometimes, in order to create something inherently good, you must first sacrifice your own public image and do what society might consider wrong by definition.
The issue with this is that what society considers wrong can be so grossly distorted at times that it can be hard to tell if something is actually wrong. To draw the line between right and wrong can be a perilous ordeal, especially because it's not always so black and white. I'm sure some ideas come to mind today when you think about it. Whether it's putting pineapple on pizza or eating cereal without milk, there are tons of ways people disagree. But being serious, arguments over events such as rights in an abortion case or bureaucratic decisions always take place in our current day. In these circumstances, it can be especially hard to tell what's right and wrong whenever a specific party's goals come into play.
Those in authority often push their own agenda onto the general public, but who's to say that their agenda is correct? In George Orwell's 1984, main protagonist Winston decides for himself that the inner party's agenda isn't one that he should follow. To the average reader, this may seem the events in this dystopian society may seem to be not exactly normal, but again, who's to say that this isn't just because we aren't accustomed to it? Maybe if we were to get more acclimated to it, it might not seem that different from our own.
Every day, we live by the rules currently set in place in society and usually don't question them. To those in Oceania, this is their life. They have to follow these rules. That is their normal, and to deviate from the norm is equivalent to treason. If society were to function like this, no one would be who they should be. The sad thing is, we move closer and closer to this reality every day. Each new regulation that is put into place without being given actual thought by the society makes us more and more susceptible to control that could be harmful to us in the long run.
Imagine living every rule exactly to the letter. If you were to do this, it would be nearly impossible to have your own personality. If everyone were to follow the rules exactly as they were told, everyone would be exactly the same. Sometimes it might not always be the worst thing in the world to deviate from the rules from time to time in order to establish individuality and character.
While stable rules that benefit the general public are necessary for a society to function, so is individuality. Being able to act and live as only you can is a treasure of the human race. It is what makes humans so special, that we're all unique in our own way. The suppression of this uniqueness is what causes the downfall of society. Just as you can't control nature itself, you can't control human nature without experiencing some kind of backlash.
In our society, where we are constantly being told what is right and what to believe, we have to form our own thoughts and personality. To fall into the trap of believing we have to conform, we lose what it truly means to be human. To be human means many things. It means making mistakes and being able to improve on them. It means having your own thoughts and ideas. If we get to this point as humans, we can truly be who we are meant to be.
We challenge you to break what would socially be considered normal and express yourself in the way that you see fit. Thank you.